Hey, Lindsay Banks here, psychic, medium and intuitive, and in this episode I wanted to talk about Florence Scovel Shinn. She recently made an appearance in my life. I happened across the game of life and how to play it on YouTube as an audio. I started listening to it before I fell asleep, but unfortunately didn't get a chance to hear very much about it. And when I was searching for I was looking up intuition and what it meant for my next course, I happened upon Florence Scovel Shinn again. So I went to Wikipedia to read about Florence, and there isn't actually very much written about her. So for those of you who've never heard of her before, like I hadn't, she was a metaphysics teacher in New York in the early 1900s, and she would teach people to speak their truth, which is something that I am an advocate for. Now, she was born on the 24th of September 1871 in New Jersey, and she studied art at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Art from 1889 till 1897, and this is where she met her future husband, Everett, and he was also a painter. They moved to New York City, and then after 14 years of marriage, he requested a divorce. Now, in 1925, Florence had written The Game of Life and How to Play It, and she tried to find various publishers for her work, but no one would publish it. So she decided to self-publish it, which for me was very inspiring, as I had a similar story. I had approached various publishers for my Gentle Hug for the Soul, couldn't find one, so decided to self-publish it. But for a lady during that time to do that, it was very unheard of. You know, it wasn't the norm, if you like, or the way to do it. So anyway, after she had self-published her first book, she went on to publish another 3. Her first book actually ended up becoming one of the most popular works of practical metaphysics. So she went around giving lectures about the truth and how to speak it, which, like I said, I'm an advocate for. And I have just finished reading the complete works of Florence Shinn. So her first one is The Game of Life and How to Play It, Your Word is Your Wand, The Secret Door to Success, and The Power of the Spoken Word. Now, basically, she speaks through experience. She tells stories of people that she has helped over through her time, through her work, and she tends to it's like she's taken the Bible and translated it into a way that is possible for people during that time to understand. So even if they weren't religious, even if they didn't believe in Christianity or the Bible, she could still apply her work to them. So I just wanted to read a little bit from her book, The Power of the Spoken Word, and then I'm going to share a channeling that I did with Florence Scovel Shinn herself. So in The Power of the Spoken Word, she says this, which feels very apt for now as well. What a beautiful world this would be if all anxiety and fear were blotted out. These twins, anxiety and worry, have made men slaves and are destroyers of health, wealth and happiness. There is only one way of getting rid of fear, and that is to transmute it into faith. For fear is the opposite of faith. So she also talks in her books around intuition and the law of attraction, and apparently she was an inspiration for Louise Hay as well, who set up Hay Publishing House, which is for a variety of spiritual authors. So on the 2nd of September, I sat down and I just sat there and I just said, who wants to speak to me? And it was Florence Scovel Shinn. So this is what she shared with me. She said, I believed in myself, Lindsay, as a young woman. Like you have this knowing, as did I. I knew my books had to be birthed into the world. I knew I had to carry on writing, even if at the time it seemed no one would pay attention. Your words matter, Lindsay. You have discovered the excitement and the art of intuition. If one person writes about it, you are seen as an exception, a crazy one. If more people do, suddenly something clicks. I will help you with your articles on intuition. So I asked, was I your spirit guide in a past life? I don't even know why I asked that, but I did. And she said, yes. This is how you know so much, Lindsay. You saw the work I did and you helped me then. I am now back to return the favour. People weren't quite ready for my thoughts back in the 1920s, but those who did read my books, it took them to new places, places beyond their wildest dreams, and this is what my books will help you to do too. She says, intuition is the world's best kept secret. When we don't use it or listen to it, we lose our power. When we tap into our intuition, we get our power back. That is what they most fear. But this is the gift you are going to bring back for others. I am so excited by this, and I will help you on this project. My work also needs to be rediscovered, so please do share what you read. You only need to share snippets, but they will be so useful, Lindsay, and you can combine the work you do. You will find that we have similar writing styles. We write from our own experiences rather than trying to write from a place we don't know. There isn't that much written or known about me. I will help you, as this is one of the greatest gifts you can give humanity. The more you work with us and share our messages, the more we will send the relevant people to you for your land and community. I will leave it there for now, but I will be back and will guide you. So I just wanted to share those thoughts with you from Florence. And like I said, this is her book, The Complete Works of Florence Scovel Shinn. So if you haven't already read it, I do highly recommend reading it, because there is stuff there. I mean, she talks about different affirmations to help with things such as debt, such as, I deny debt, there is no debt in divine mind, therefore I owe no man anything. She talks about, let's have a look what else, about journeys, about health, memory, protection, guidance, and she talks about actually helping people get through sickness as well. So I just wanted to share with you the learnings that I've had about and from Florence Scovel Shinn, because I do believe that she's probably one of the least heard about metaphysical and spiritual teachers of the 20th century. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this, then thank you very much. Do comment below if you've read the book, or if you buy the book based on what I've said. And yeah, please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much all. Namaste.